Welcome back, YouTubers. Jared here, and this is a bonus video I thought I would do, which would be quite nice. And we're going to go over the history of our Yav to see how we've gone. So I'm going to take it all the way back to the start and just have like a slow crawl through of how our cell's gone. So we started off as the purple two-eyed guy to make the eye advantage. And we went through with a very cool blue colour scheme at the time. And then when I got to land, I realised that the colour scheme was awful. And we started winning some beauty pageants. We grew some wings to explore a volcano. And then we started turning into like a butterfly dragon. And then the dragon really started to take shape when we got the bat wings. I had so much fun playing around with those. And yeah, we met lots of yummy, delicious creatures along the way. Yeah, the definitely not a yellow pig creature. And yeah, then we had the yawn zone stage, where you just wear masks that look ugly and play the game that you don't enjoy. Then we got the civilization stage, nice bit of fun. My boring town design. I quite like the buildings though, I think they've got a simple charm to them. And the vehicles, again, they're not overly flashy, but they've got a simple charm, which I quite like. And I felt they reflected the theme of our creature. And then we're into space. We took the path of the warrior and we followed it straight down the middle. We met some creatures and we killed quite a few of them. Yeah, there was quite a few poor defenseless creatures we attacked along the way, and starting up enemies as well. Yeah, quite the evil space bullies. And then we met a space bully that was even bigger than us, the Groks. And we took them to be our new goal. We went straight to the centre, forcing our way in the middle of their territory, making a nice big colony, and then just pushing through all of their defences, claiming a lot of planets in their path. We really did well. We bashed straight through them until we finally reached the core. And then we messed around with the terraforming powers, which is always fun. But yeah, it was a really good playthrough. And I managed to avoid dying in the space stage and in the cell stage. Quite a few of my allies died in the creature stage, but I managed to stay alive, which is kind of the point. I mean, it's pretty hard to keep all of your NPCs alive, because they're pretty ridiculous. The tribal stage, I think I only lost one creature? Yeah, I did. I think I lost one, and that was to a random creature stealing food, like one of the small 15 health creatures. Ridiculous. And then civilization stage, where sadly no one cares about the deaths, because that's just an economy game. You're gonna have deaths and you sacrifice your own troops. It's the only way you can get through it. It's not a very themed game, but I enjoy the civilization stage nevertheless. So that's awesome. And then we've also got down here I believe it's Sporepedia? Yeah. So we can go on time. Is this what I wanted to see? Yeah, I believe so. So this lets you look through all the things that you've seen in the space stage. So we've got our Yav, and then we've got the planets we've gone to. We've got some of the creatures, some of the plants, some of the random vehicles that I never zoomed down and took any notice of. I'm assuming a lot of the ones that are not the normal ones we're placing, were creatures that were the poison targets that we were shooting down. And that's another thing, a lot of these vehicles could also be from the ally planets that we just visited but never noticed. So yeah, there's lots of interesting creatures. And again, I know I keep bringing up the topics of names in No Man's Sky, and I don't really go anywhere with the conversation, but it's just because I'm struggling to put my thoughts into words. But for instance, say you came across a creature like this and you had to name it. I mean, what feature would you choose to name it on? Would you call it something to do with its bristles on its back? So something like a spotted bristleback? Would you call it a biped bristle, or like a long-tailed... I mean, it's such a weird creature. It's got bristles on its back, it's got a long tail, it's spotty and black, and it's got 4 eyes. And it's not an unreasonable creature. It's something that might be in No Man's Sky. It's just trying to think of names and like having a repetitive name system to call things. So I think that's going to be the key. Because I was thinking about it, and if there's roughly 30 different animals on each No Man's Sky planet, and let's say you visit 7 planets, then you're looking at 210 names you've got to try to think of. And sure, you can be silly and just call them all Creature A, Creature B, Creature C, and then you can go on to Creature 1A, Creature 2B, because it'll probably never be found. But I would like my names to make sense and relate to the creatures, just for the off chance that if someone did stumble over the same creature, even if it's on a different planet, the name won't break the immersion for that player, because that's probably the most trollish and hateful thing you can do, is a game like No Man's Sky is to break their immersion, because it's going to be such an awesome game. And it's going to happen from time to time. You're going to come across a creature called buttocks or something just ridiculous that'll annoy you, but hopefully it won't happen often. By the sound of it, even the centre of the No Man's Sky galaxy is going to be so vast that you still won't meet people round the centre. I mean, I was thinking that, sure, no, it's going to be massive, but I was expecting that when you got to the centre, you'd be able to meet people. But it sounds like that's not going to be the case. So yeah, that's the history of the Yav and a little bit of a chat. And our planet's gone back down. It was only terraformed with the normal terraforming tools, just to test. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this recap video.